Bibi aboko.
Kwa kumeti papa nyame adom. Na homo bronti.
Ami.
Yeda so wonkwa. Aywa. Be careful.
Ozeng.
Be careful. Aywa, be careful. And nedjo me samede eyi akomasa ye bia be fi ase me hia sika. Me yes ka se me hia sika. Ni okekeka no emfa sika bia ama. Chenwi ana kwasi mwa.
What day? Nyame be Israel.
See, are you out soon? So, Cassana, the Ocano, emphasica ma, just shut up. Okay. CJ, my camera do not tell any.
Yeah, you know now about
Sabi Biaboko,
Yamadum,
Bassin is baby.
On penny sense, she share Guswa, what Yabi cool.
Did that day
one more in this edge man and one from
that day.
And she said,
Stati, and yes, starting a sa. Sadia na or my scientists, I or Moke Kenny, starting as I bring Kibia. Ya drew baby, India for starting one more. My Quahumano Sunafi, Honorable Samuel Kuja Blackwa, and Chichen and Como. Honorable Tim can do my FM Sunia Makwaba.
Yo, Medaseminia, Biaboko.
And Yamiadum, Yahuya constituency boko.
Yamiadum, or Biahuya.
Well, listening to Mampeni and Ra and Yumrewo TV, so and I will see no radio. So after some time, to say honorable.
Yo, Eddie Kaim, I mean, chat here for you now. Clear, sir, numbers now. As I said, Yanina. Ya bohu na yen change strategy answer president Bekasa na Noguchi Foso issue statement na omo one and say this new Delta variant very very deadly na Delta variant we na kum India for yenyina ye hu the course I mean, they couldn't even find burial places, hospitals. I mean, answer na Delta variant, but ready on these matters and following the development around the world, Now, Omoka said, South African variant, and the most deadly. Now, Obia say that will be the worst, but Delta variant way, I bet surpass it. That South African variant. And as I say, you're careful. And measures president announced, like I said, except on the aspect of vaccination, meaning an aggressive approach. Also, so far, we share statistics now. Africa is lacking behind in the world. Less than 2%. Less than 2% of Africans have been vaccinated. Ghana statistics are present in it's just about 1.2 million. 1.2 million and you'll be the double dose. It be just one. Into a population of about 30 million. Meanwhile, scientists answer achieve what they are calling herd immunity, then you know that okay, you can begin to relax and take some liberties. At least 70% of your population should be vaccinated. We are nowhere near there. And I was expecting to hear, sir, this time, to me, reaching out to the manufacturers directly. High level diplomatic engagement also, and this business of using middlemen. You saw what has happened with the Sputnik V attempt. It was clearly not a serious effort. Instead, we are government to government arrangement. We opted to use dubious middlemen and shonky sheikhs, as I call them. And say that aspect of the address, we want to hear more. We want to see more action. As I said, buying a more aggressive. Let's take our destiny into our own hands and let us engage directly. The aspect of Professor Frimpong Boateng, the committee, to set up a vaccine manufacturing plant. I know you're medium to long term. I know it's not about this current pandemic, this Delta variant. Over the last few days, 40 people have died due to this Delta variant in Ghana. And on the aspect of a new policy intervention, a new verve, a new drive to secure vaccines for Ghanaians. And it's clear that government is still depending on benevolence. America for donate through the COVAX platform, or United Kingdom for every year donation. Also, when you run your country depending on aid, depending on benevolence, depending on the kindness of others, and you are just at the mercy of other countries. Or more vaccinated or more citizens, and then we will now have to wait for them. That approach, is not the best. It hasn't helped us. All the 54 countries, and boy, so far, South Africa no more changes strategy. This time they have been able to sign major agreements on mobile manufacture to be the first country on the continent to be manufacturing the vaccine here in Africa. That is a bold initiative. That's the kind of initiative I was hoping met it. But so far, it's largely still a dependence, mindset. We are waiting for the Americans, the Brits, COVAX platform, and all of that. And it's unfortunate.
Right. Honorable Blackwell.
The final concern from me was, in all of this discussion, idea, as I say, you recognize it. Africa is where it is because we are not investing enough in research and development. Sika, as I say, you're scientists, you're African Union, Emma African countries target say, yen spending at least 1% of our GDP on research and development. If you talk to Professor Frimpong Boateng, or the Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, or submit cabinet memos or pushes for us to get to that. And I must also be objective and fair. Successive governments, probably since the Fourth Republic, Sika, as I said, you're scientists. That's 1% of our GDP investing in research and development. We are not doing it. We are not giving them the resources they need. And that is how come Africa stands exposed in this manner. They say, we are just at the mercy of the Western nations, the more developed nations. The crumbs, then they toss it over to us. And that is what our leaders are depending on. It's most unfortunate.
Honorable Blackwell, I'm sure, sir, aside the research and development, or CF, you're sure, sir, at least yesterday activities are contributing to what we are seeing today.
Yeah, in terms of the behavioral pattern, and also as I say, you can't look, as a member of parliament, anytime I make my constituency, make a year and weddings and all of that. I mean, sometimes it's like you are the only stranger in Jerusalem. Mask. People feel there's this very popular notion, say, it's an Accra disease. With the Sikafor area, we are okay. I mean, yes, through other matters, but malaria cry more dangerous and all of that.
But honorable,
when you hear some of the jargons that you feel, And I have been appealing to them, say, no, don't joke with this, because there are ways, and it's like a relay button. Countries are now, Mojin said, they were out of the woods. Look at what happened to India. They even went into campaigns. They went celebrating their festivals. They thought they were out of the woods. They were fine. And then it hit them with the bang. Even countries like Italy share current numbers. They thought they were out of the woods. Into this virus, and we are goes why mutated and all of that. The scientists can't seem to, really get a hold of it. Even when you are vaccinated, Krano, you can still get it.
Honorable, beyond our constituents, as leaders of this country, Obajiatum says somewhere along the line, you lost guard, and the protocols are must see and observing and Buso.
Obviously, why not? In these discussions, as I said, very sincere. As I say, you cannot cry. I mean, we should send conduct in the 2020 elections. So we could have done better. We could have been more responsible. And after that, a year across. I mean, it's like we are prominent politician now who the protocols don't affect your family. Your family and the organizers of your funeral are above the law. Then person may both specific names, but we all know what I'm talking about. And we created this apartheid system. The famous affluent rich, Omono, police were arrested or more. We don't expect that they enforce the protocols at their events and at their funerals. But all others, the small flies, some are even languishing in jail as we speak. And if there's an EI that is being followed, it should cut across. You see this consistently. They above the law and others must follow. Then you don't even set a good example, because as leaders, the onus is even on us. The more say, Yaina, as I say, you set better examples. And there's, if you look at other jurisdictions, Prime Minister, near advisor at the United Kingdom, Dominic Cummings, why was he fired? Because during the lockdown, Obia wanted them to name piano. No, Pia to quite a cosra, a girlfriend, and all of that. And he was out defying the lockdown rules. He was dismissed. The UK public was very angry. Health Secretary Hancock shared when secret camera footage emerged on the 8th now, while social distance, nobody should touch anybody. Even people whose loved ones were dying, they couldn't give them a last hug or give them, a handshake. Now, so no, dear, he was in the office doing all kinds of things.
Okay.
With his aide.
Okay.
Yep, he had to resign. High standards. That's the only way. The only way we can get everybody else to take this disease serious and to follow the protocols.
Okay.
Yeah, leadership, we should. I mean, you see some of the footage. Politicians call around Boja, it's like politicians arrive here. They're not COVID are vanishing. Now you're permanent COVID. So the COVID is no longer a threat. And school children can gather without masks and be waving us and hugging us and welcoming us. All these things must stop. We are either serious or we are not. We either have one rule for everybody, or let's just stop these rules, stop the EIs, and let people do whatever they want. But that will not be a responsible option. I agree with you, sir.
Okay.
There's a certain need for an honest introspection, sir. As leaders, we could have done better.
All right.
And we can still do better to set better examples.
Honorable, away from Mampeni's speech, in recent times, what the information be, you found numerous questions at our parliament seeking to find out Jumedi Potia buying Ede Yesika Aye, Wabra Ye COVID, right from lockdown, Nimu, Afea, Juma Koso, Frontiers Healthcare, Ewo Airport, where be some question, and Afea, airlifting of Ghanaians, Ghana for Abaying Boka. Efa omu free my hood also edu omu ba Ghana ha bra COVID no emu eye den pa but in waya honorable Shelia Yokobotri edeba say in all Ghana buying left 10,025 Ghanaians. What's the anya no kre?
Yes, anya mina make say anya no kre. Omo kasa omo figures akunta omo bono and it doesn't add up, and it really makes it very difficult to appreciate what is going on. For example, Uber Parliament now Uber catcher say why evacuate more than 10,200 stranded Ghanaians. Now one kasa breakdown with the Abba is just about 5,010. More than 5,000 people to me accounting for them. They become ghosts. It doesn't add up. I don't know whether they don't expect us answers are Babano. We will go into it and do the analysis. It simply doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. It's over 5,000 people so far now. And maybe Sano in my supplementary question. And no, say, oh, and no. We called other countries. It was not clear. You see, we need to know. We need to have the numbers. Because Ghana for Sika, these evacuations come at a cost. My figure, don't just give us the ballpark numbers without the breakdown adding up. It has to add up. If you don't give us accurate numbers, then it's clear, sir, something is untoward. Something has gone wrong.
But honorable, okay, meet you for
another example, and it's OSHA page 273 of the 2021 budget. Honorable Osechi Mensah or presented to Parliament or Cultural Parliament. In that page, and listeners, even the budget is online. You can get it online. Is the 2021 budget. Almost say Ghana for more Lebanon. Sika abang SL almost to evacuate them. 46,398,452. Just this year, when was the budget presented? This year, about was it March? This year, we'll see 46,398,452 at page 273 of the 2021 budget. Now, so Foreign Minister by Parliament to respond to my question on Thursday, or say they spent 21 million on quarantining them, then about $670,000 on the air fare,
yes,
for those from Lebanon, and that gives you less than 25 million Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, budget mostly 46 million for stranded Ghanaians in Lebanon. Into over 21 million Ghana cedis. A year, over 21 million cedis. And I don't know whether Ibiana, they want to believe we may not be thorough enough to assess their own previous publications and documents or here in our Parliament. Mukachire 46.3 million cedis. Say no, Bebu account coming account. You can only account for just about 25 million. It's difficult to appreciate. We are really protecting the public purse. We are be meticulous, and that there is no opacity, there is no corruption going on. Share another example, Minia. Who share Ghana for LFT all over the world. KLM, Ethiopia Airlines, Middle East Airlines, Emirates Airlines, or more LFT Ghana for from China. Look at the distance of Ghana to China. UAE, or more HRJ $396. Or more LFT Ghana for Lebanon. Share distance from Lebanon to Ghana, $269 per person. Now, so you Kasa aircraft, Ghana Air Force, they manage it. To lift Ghanaians from Togo, Benin, Nigeria, just West and Central Africa. It was $940. Taxpayer spending $940
for local Kasayano.
Local Kasa, Ghana Air Force, government of Ghana, manage you. $940 per person. Just LFT Ghana near just stranded or Togo or Nigeria or Burkina Faso. $940. Now so Emirates for KLM or more LFT Ghana for more stranded or China. Look at the distance. Compare Ghana to China with Ghana to Togo. It was just $396 per person. When you come and give this kind of accounting to Parliament, how do you expect us to accept this? Because Ghana would not forgive us if it goes on record say Foreign Minister Becca said this is what went on. We accepted it and we did not ask the relevant questions. There is something wrong. There's something wrong. Indian America said, look, it is time for a forensic audit.
But even before the forensic audit, for your calls for expenditure on my idea by 2 weeks quarantine, you share the types of hotels your mom bedai, for instance, Men's Vic, it be Holiday Inn, near Lisa Hotel, near the 4 square meals a day for 2 weeks. Is that not enough justification? Honorable.
Good. Let me just say, where is it the other matter to do with quarantine? Quarantine, also no. Foreign Minister Eric Villiers buying spend 44,460,530 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
Now, Usha breakdown now. From an average spending on one person of about 5,000 and above to all the way to 9,139
for 2 weeks,
For 2 weeks.
Good.
Nipa Bakobia average 9,139 Ghana cedis. Now, you are yet to coin within this period where you are asked to quarantine yourself and all of that. We don't spend this amount of money. And when you are negotiating and you have the comparative advantage of bulk numbers, say, with the NIPA 300 or with the NIPA 400, the negotiations is not done with the market rate, the going rate. You need to negotiate very well for a better deal because you are guaranteeing them a constant flow of clients. Until why more negotiations where we are paying far more than what individuals, as individuals on our own, how much you can talk to travelers. How many of them spends this amount of money, over 9,000 cedis for quarantine for 2 weeks? It's too high. And even what goes into these decisions, having the kind of hotels, Anka Ghana, a company, a private company, and who selected companies for quarantine. Will you start with targeting these campaign scheme, moving big, and all those high-end hotels with taxpayers' money? Was that the best we could do? Was that the best we could do? You need middle-level hotels. You need hostel facilities for all these universities all over the place.
Okay.
We can be prudent because in terms of priority, I would rather prefer, say, manage your home when it comes to this quarantine with 2-star, 3-star hotels and hostel facilities.
Okay.
And rather save money to buy vaccines instead of blowing the money on just reckless, luxury quarantine.
All right.
And then at the end of the day, Ghana, you need to get better vaccine.
All right.
And we are depending on the benevolence of other countries. The prioritization is a problem. And the lack of transparency is a major issue.
All right. Honorable Mamenda Wasi, in the coming days, we are going to hear more, especially from the minority on these issues. And Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa Kwesi ena yene no atwetwe enkomo no
asije dia yediem se ba achabe bem na
daily graphic anopai wode tudwa wose mampanim wasan aba bekasa biem de toso aduonu ensia 26 ena wode atudwa wose say covid nhye no a ye gugu mu no say data variant na aba na no wode papa na obo pa na just wode wo kwa no say no ehye na asie gugu mu ni nyina no yesa yiri mu biem say wo sorry adonhwere mienu eye na wo ya adonhwere mienu ayefushi adonhwere mienu ena wode toto aso ba na wose ne kase pa ne de ena face mask anase nose mask no eye wo hye so yesa se obia ehye eno wode ato wosa no achi no nuguchifo nso so de aba obo man ni nyina kokko se data variant no ano wode yo we no de sachiwa ewanim hwe de obahuna ne se ede wo sen eno nti omanfo ma wo mu ani ena ho emu ene se so mampani na mo a wode tudwase apa obadwase afei ye hwese enso ye betumi anya ye covid vaccine ni bi ne ye de awo we ho fize nei ewiase mama mu de no wo bia de ne de ye hwe ne manfo enti enwa kwa eden ese enso ye betumi anya biem enam Council of State Bejano wamonso enenemu akopiem ewato emantamu na omokopiem no enedwemtani eda Council of State Bejana no da sebre otosrebo ede tudwa ese memia wodo a yetofuma gudi asase no yase ni nyina no yensansiesia asase no se be yebetumi ede ayefuo na ba ne sa mabuna enei womotu atese esan ye illegal mining ayetwam ntino womobetumi kura enya bibia ye daily graphic anopai nsamo a wodenam ebi ne mabobo so yi na mefa daily guide so a wono so ne de anie Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Ghana mampani abedi eche no se de oman ne sikasam no asa ezese yetumi ehunu abronsanfo do mo agim esum atumfo do mo agim na so so wose wo mo bayir wo mo ene sa esum atumfo ne abronsanfo ne nyina akon edi nkonim tabe yo masikasem begina yie wode semi tudwa wabra UPSA na wonom ede eye graduation ceremony ho ene wode asemi tudwa kana mampani John Dramani Mahama so ene esere na no muslimi fo mpa ebo se wo mo mpa yengunu so nta na chi efrise eye 2024 wo besan ababiem eno no so posting no so a billion van no ye bonu tuo over Jamestown
over the weekend nyanya no
a process for press so papa enti unia
okay I'm no asini fancy ya kwasi Adom online na fe yes
quickly adomonline.com ye call why in fact massive reaction Ghana for the do na no mani age every say omahu ye popular rapper or pound fufu ewo chop bar and no ewo hompacha okwa obehu rapper crawl na face so Ghana Immigration Service almost intercept 1,550 parcels of suspected cannabis and also coupled with other stories. Adomonline.com, download the app and of our phone so as a news in Ichegua now on Sa Eka.
Sedano, Emma Star Assurance, your solid partner. CBG, we stand with you. Vodafone, together we can. Access Bank, more than banking. Latex from your partner for life.